I think it's essential to have at least 3 heads when you're walking at night without any light, without any sense of direction, and as a privilege, and as a matter of principle, I have no sense of direction. I barely know whether I'm standing upside down or right side up, or which head is on which day. Actually, I have 7 heads, one for each day. But I do have guidance in the night. In fact, sometimes half my face is alive to the night. At other times, the other half of my face is alive to the night. And if I'm especially keen to find my way in the darkness, if I'm especially keen to survive the night, because many, many muggers are chasing me through the night. I come from Baltimore, and all the muggers that I knew in my childhood followed me from Baltimore through all the cities I've lived in: Athens, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, Paris, Baltimore, Richmond, Philadelphia. These muggers followed me through around the globe and through all the multiverses and universes. I tried to deceive them by changing heads and by changing hats. And sometimes I even exposed the left side of my face. And sometimes in an ecstasy of delight, oh my God, I'm chasing people away, okay. In an ecstasy of delight, in an ecstasy of hope, in an ecstasy of optimism, in an ecstasy of belief that somehow I will find guidance through the night, guidance past all my muggers following me from Baltimore and Paris and New York and Chicago and San Francisco. Sometimes in an ecstasy of self-deception, talk about self-deception, in an ecstasy of self-deception, in an ecstasy of self-deception, in an ecstasy of self-deception, I convince myself that I have found guidance. In order to accept this guidance in all humility, I take off one head, I put on this far-seeing head, which at least won't crush me, because the other head is as heavy as a piece of helmet armor from the 16th century. I look up at the night, and oddly enough, guidance is clearer to me in an utterly black night, because I was found as an abandoned infant on Poe's tomb in Baltimore. As you know, Poe's tomb actually is in Baltimore. Every year, a guy in a black frock coat places Poe's favorite cognac. The tomb is guarded by black cats. This is true. Go there, you'll see it. Ravens circle over the tomb. I was found as a little baby on top of the tomb, brought up by my parents, and since then, I've always, from wherever I've lived, whether it's Richmond, Philadelphia, or Baltimore, Edgar Allan Poe has always been one of my guides through the night. This is Edgar Allan Poe, a photograph I took when I was 150 years old. Now, the amazing thing about the guidance that I seek from Poe is that Poe himself doesn't come to me, but just as the black cats on Poe's tomb guarded me when I was an infant, waiting for my adopted parents to come around and appalled, pick me up, taking away the nippy bottle full of cognac from my lips. What I learned is that the night is actually the black eyes of Edgar Allan Poe. The black eyes of Edgar Allan Poe are like 2 wombs in the night. These 2 wombs of the night give birth to my real guide. Of course, Poe's black cat. By the way, Poe was a cat lover and really did have a wonderful black cat whom he actually loved dearly. If you read Poe's black cat, the black cat is actually the hero. Poe's black cat is born from his black hair and his black eyes. Poe's black cat is born from his black eyes and his black hair. Poe's black cat ascends to the night and becomes Bastet, the Egyptian cat goddess. If the night is black enough, she gives me guidance through the darkness. And this is the poem, Look at the Night. When the night is utterly black, blacker than any black hole that ever blacked the black sky, blacker than blackness, blacker than acne, blacker than blackness, then you will find the 2 glowing moons that will guide you, the 2 glowing moons of the cat goddess. the cat goddess who is born from Poe's black hair. So this is for Poe's actual black cat, it's the name of this poem. Poe really did have a black cat whom he loved dearly, and it was actually a very good animal. Of course, the Black Knight is also a goddess. Black, beyond black is Mother Night. Her generosity birthed the stars and us. Her most loved progeny are black cats. Her most loved progeny are black cats. Undoubtedly, wonderfully one with her, except for their eyes. Except for their eyes, misread by us. Round protective portals, round protective angels, moons or portals. Powerful beyond power, kind beyond kindness. Mother Night finds her long black cats to be especially precious to her. Seeing one, feel no fright. So look, seeing one, feel no fright. Going through the blackness of black night, black turns out to be the black, shining, brilliant, guiding lights of the black cat, the queen of the night, who was born from Poe's hair. So I seek guidance through the night, especially since I have no sense of direction. This is the song I sing following the eyes of the black cat, which guides me through the black night. These eyes are like two moons. By the way, this really happened to me. I have very bad night vision, and I have no sense of direction whatsoever. Once I actually did get lost in the center, the navel, the asshole of the night, excuse my language. I got lost in the night. No moon, nothing. And I really didn't know my way around. And then I saw two blazing fires ahead of me, like two moons a few inches from the ground, wavering above the ground like will-o'-the-wisps. I'm not making this up. There was no moon, no stars, but there were two fires like two moons hovering above the ground. And I had no idea what this was, although I kind of guessed what it might be, because I kind of smelled the perfume. What flower perfumes the night more than any other flower? The fur of a cat. So I smelled the fur of this lovely black cat. I didn't see the body of the cat. All I saw were two moons, two eyes, two fairies, two will-o'-the-wisps. I followed it. And oddly enough, and I'm not making this up, maybe the cat lived nearby. I really was lost. I followed the cat for blocks, and the cat led me actually to my home. So this is the poem I wrote in honor of being guided through the darkness by this